Welcome back to Storm Knights Gaming. We're going to be going over the map in Cyrodiil today and some of the options in their interface. Maybe if you don't fully understand it, you need a PvP, or even if you are a PvP vet and you just felt overwhelmed by all the options available, I'm going to be going over most of the options. That way you can understand it a little bit more clearly. Some of them are more simple, but we'll go over them anyway. When you go over your bonuses, you got your Emperorship Alliance bonus with the max health gain per character level. Your scroll bonuses. Edge keep bonuses like Drake Brindle and Dragonclaw. Increasing in percentages for however many you own. And how many enemy keep bonuses you have. And that will affect your experience, alliance points, gold, and weapon and spell crit. Then you got your home keep bonus for owning all your standard home keeps for experience, alliance point, and gold bonus. Heading into the scoring, it'll show you on your top left here, next score evaluation, how much time is left, what campaign tier reward you have, which if you just want your gold transmute stone and you're a PvE player, all you need is tier 1, you'll get your gold transmute box by the end of the campaign. At the top right, you can see how many days it takes before it ends, and you get your rewards. When you come on down, you can see the 3 alliances, how many potential points they're going to be gaining at the end of the score evaluation, and who's currently in the lead from this whole month's campaign. It will tell you what they currently own, like Daggerfall owns 11 keeps, 3 outposts, and 25 resources with 4 scrolls. AD has no scrolls, and EP has 1 scroll. When you head into Emperorship, it'll show you all the Emperor keeps that need to be gained to gain Emperor or to defend Emperor. It'll show you who the current Emperor is, how long they've been reigning at your top right, and it will show you the leaderboard for Emperorship amongst all 3 alliances as you scroll down. If you look at your top left, it will show you how many alliance points you have on that set character currently. And whenever you go to actually join a server, it will tell you the population of the server that you're trying to join. This is during Mid-Year Mayhem, so there's a couple more servers than usual. Dragonfire, for example, it's a pretty bare bones server right now. When you head into CP Imperial City, you got 1 bar AD, 1 bar EP, none on Daggerfall. So it's mainly a struggle between AD and EP. It'll show you the estimated wait time there at the bottom. And it's fairly accurate. So if I was heading into Evergloam, if it isn't completely full, it'll be an instant queue. If you've got like the lock on there like EP does on this one, could take a little longer. I've seen it all the way up to hour wait time, some odd. These are alliance lock campaigns, and if you don't understand that, if you've got 3 Ebonheart Pact, 3 DC Daggerfall Covenant, and 3 All-Merry Dominion, and you go in there on an All-Merry Dominion character, you can only use those 3 characters in that campaign. All the other characters you can't use in there. So, for me, for example, I have all mine Ebonheart Pact. I can swap any of the characters I want into that campaign. And it is bound to account, not just the character. Dipping into the map here. So I'm going to come over here so that way you can properly see. So what I see a lot of people do whenever they try to see where the action is, they'll just come over here, start to teleport, and they'll go, well, we can't go over here, but we can go here, so that might be a good spot. Wrong. What you need to be doing is just open up your map and you can see this is currently under attack. EP is currently trying to attack this. You've got your red scroll here. Looks like they're running away with it. So, we want to grab that scroll, right? If you're just looking for a fight and you're small grouping, you can see the cross swords here. Let's zoom in a little bit. It's a fight between red and blues. Right there on the front gate. So, we're trying to get the scroll back. They're trying to defend it. And you can't see that on the normal Transitor Shrine, but you can if you open up your maps. Like right here, Fort Ash is flagged, and that's because yellow and blue are attacking it out. Blues are attacking both these mines, so there's obviously an overwhelming amount of blues here. These are little things that can help you in getting a couple X's, or maybe having a successful invasion on a keep or an outpost, or maybe you're trying to get Emperorship or something like that. Little things like this, how to map read, is just as much important, especially if you're a group leader. Whenever you get into the more nitty gritty, you can destroy bridges or mile gates. That's what these icons are. It'll tell you the status, whether they're passable, whether they're destroyed. If they're destroyed, obviously you're going to have to go around. And they'll be passable all the way up to the point that they completely fall out of the water. They'll get almost destroyed, like, you'll have like a little hallway you can walk down that you basically have to tiptoe on, but it's still passable technically. Whenever you get into outposts, I would think of outposts on a group leader side as a launching point. Once you get, like, say, Bleakers or Sejanus or Nickel, you can go from these points and branch off to, like, Bruma, Elswell, Dragonclaw, Winter's Peak, come back here and defend Chalman. If you own that, it gives you a lot of breathing room. Whereas if you own this, because you don't need these outposts for Emperorship. If someone's taking this, you can let them have it and just move on to this, or go defend Chalman if that's your imp keep, and that's your last one. You have another group hitting Robeck, and that's the last keep you need. Then you get Emperorship. You don't have to defend the outposts. Dipping into some of the other icons on the map, like you got your Mundus stones over here, you got your delves. On PC you have the Sky Shard interface that you can put on there. You got your dolmens, you got little, like, smaller cities other than, like, say, Velastris, for example. You still have other cities that you can do quests in, like Coral, or an EP you got. Where is it at? I think it's Temple of Ancestor Moss or something like that. It's like Scheidenhall. Scheidenhall is what it's called. And then you got right over here, I think. You got little small cities in each area. If you're AD, you know where your small city is. If you're EP, you know where your small city is. And if you're DC, you know where your small city is. There's small cities everywhere. I can't exactly remember the blues and the yellows. It's been a while since I've been to those. Other than that, only other thing I can suggest to people is, once you are gated, you can get yourself ungated by just taking these front keeps. Quit thinking that you need to fight them out here to defend your scroll. Because if you trap them back here, they're done. They can't get out. They've got to respawn. There's no way. So, if you get small little groups that just go above on the ramparts and go take this keep, or you get a group that falls back and takes these keeps, you can totally defend your scroll just by cutting them off. Same way with like taking your middle fort. You can totally cut off these people if you take the middle fort, because they are required to have all three of these, or both of these if they want this gate, or both of these if they want that gate. If you take this one, you can just totally cut off them trying to get your scroll, period. Alright, I think that's about it. Other than, one thing else I could hit on would be if you're having trouble wondering why you can't travel between certain areas. Like, for example, if you got a dotted line on one of these lines, that's probably because the resources are cut off. They own more than one resource of that said area, or it's cut off in some other way. Like, I wouldn't be able to travel to BRK if they own Dracelo, because this would all be cut off. And even other zones, like, you look at the lock, it's only travelable by AD, by DC, by EP. That's normally 9 times out of 10 why people are confused that they can't travel certain areas. Other than that, I can't stress enough taking resources, like take a lumber mill and it will decrease the health of the door whenever you go to siege it. You take the mine, it'll decrease the health of the walls. You take a farm, it'll decrease the health of the troop strength, like the health bar of the troops, NPC cards. So, if you're really trying to take a fort, might want to start thinking about which resource you're going to take. For Elswell, it's always heavily defended on Xbox, especially on Xbox NA. So, maybe we take the mine, open up several holes, and totally get them in a pincer movement or whatever it may be. Dead of night, we want an easy capture. Let's go take the lumber mill and knock the door down super quick. That's going to be my map explanation in Cyrodiil and the interface of how to read your current campaign. If you like my content, slap that subscribe button. Follow me on Twitch. I stream 10 o'clock on most of my off days. I've got everything from how-to videos to PvP guides to builds of the current patch. I'm mainly DK, Nightblade, and Stam DK, Mag DK, and Stam Nightblade currently at the moment. And that's the builds I'm pushing out. Other than that, if you have any suggestions or ideas of content that you want to see, leave it down in the comments below. I'll answer you back, and we'll talk about crossing some ideas and maybe getting some future content that you want to see out. Thanks again. This is Storm of Night.